When was the last time you got up in the summer to watch the sun rise? It may seem to rise at an ungodly hour, but it is so magical to get up and witness. As most people are still in bed, you often get the location completely to yourself. It's the perfect time to experience peace and tranquility. This is what I felt on Friday morning as I headed down to one of my local beaches at 4 a.m. The light was sublime, and like always, I took the time to tune my senses into the world around me. I always do this to connect to a location before beginning any photography. To me, this process is so important. It grounds me, clears my mind, and opens my heart to the beauty of nature. On this morning, doing this meant I missed the best light for images, but I wasn't bothered. It's all part of the experience, and there was more exciting photographic opportunities waiting to be discovered.
I've certainly missed the best of the light this morning. The joys of getting up at 4 a.m. instead of 3:30 a.m. and missing the beginnings of the sunrise. But to be honest, it's just so good to be out. So good to be out so early in the morning and have the beach to myself. It's such a beautiful thing to do in the summer months, to get up really early in the morning and just come down and enjoy nature while everybody else is still sleeping. And while I probably missed the best of the light this morning, the sound of the sea is deafening, as I'm sure you can probably hear on here. It's so loud. And the beauty of being out here, the peace, the tranquility, it's just so lovely. And I'm sure there'll be some photographic opportunities somewhere here this morning. But it's just so nice to be out. As we all know, it's all about the experience, not necessarily the photographs. And this is certainly an experience in itself. Sure exactly what to do photographically this morning. The tide is currently coming in. There's not much beach left at all. There's a lot more shingle here actually than I was expecting this morning. The bank seems to be getting bigger. And obviously the best of the light is also gone as well. I'm kind of hoping using my new lens might open up some opportunities for me. But yeah, the tide is surging in quickly and there's barely any beach left. So I am thinking probably what the best option is probably going to be is to go back up to the sand dunes that I filmed one of my last videos at and try and use this to utilise the beauty of what we have got and see if I can get a different vantage point. We've not got the beautiful puffy clouds today, but yeah. We'll just see what manifests. I am loving the dancing light on the sea though. If I can try and find a way of capturing that, then maybe that would be a nice photograph. But, yeah, I think that's going to be a bit of a challenge. So, yeah. I think we'll head towards those sand dunes and just see what happens. Well, I've decided to change plans again. Rather than heading over to the sand dune that was my original intention, I began looking at the ground again, which has really been made easier by walking around barefoot. There were so many small little stones on the beach that were really enticing me in to photograph them, but I decided to keep walking. And I don't know why, but something just told me to keep walking, and I've come across this beautiful rock here, which of course is not native to here, that's not exactly the right phrase, but it wasn't like washed up here. This is a rock that was used in the defences to try and keep the bank here from being eroded by the sea. So I don't know where this rock has come from originally, but it's beautiful. There's these lovely lines within it, these beautiful different textures and patterns and colours within the rock here. When you actually sit down and look at rocks, they just begin to come to life. They're so incredibly beautiful. And amongst this rock, there's this lovely section here that's just filled with all of these pebbles. And what I've been trying to do is trying to come up with an interesting composition that showcases the beauty of this big rock in relation to the lovely little pebbles that are sitting beside it. To try and come up with an image that's just showing the relationship between these two different forms of rocks and stones. And also within the pebbles themselves, of course, there's so many different types of rocks here, different colours and shapes and sizes of them, and they're all kind of playing in together in a little story of how the seas washed them up and allowed them to sit side by side like this. So yeah, I'm just trying to compose this in a way that's gonna showcase the beauty of this. But yeah, it wasn't what I was intending to shoot this morning, but I love the spontaneity of just getting out with no real vision in mind for photographs, just coming and reacting to whatever you find. And yeah, this is definitely a good alternative to shoot when I've missed the best of the light. There's always opportunities, always. Sometimes you just got to look a little bit harder to find them. Come back out and it's absolutely beautiful. So I think what I'm going to do is grab this and try and take some shots of the waves. We've got some nice gulls now flying around as well, so it could open up some opportunities there. So yeah, let's see what we can capture. You know when you think something's going to look good, but in reality it doesn't? That's kind of what these wave shots have brought up for me this morning. They're not quite big enough, but the beautiful spray that was coming off them in relation to the light that was coming through that water, to the eye it looks amazing, but in photographs it just doesn't work. But you've got to try these things to know. And yeah, you never try, you never know. The light is just stunning though. The sky though is now getting very... There's not much cloud at all apart from in that direction. Oh, do you know what? I just said it wasn't going to work, but this beautiful bird that just flew into the scene. And I think the bird could actually rescue these shots for me. Come on, come down. I can't be certain, but definitely having birds in your images. Oh, I think there's at least one in there that's half decent. Having birds in your image makes a huge difference. A huge difference. Well, it's now 6 a.m. and I am pretty hungry, so I'm going to head home and have my breakfast. But what a great morning it's been this morning. Getting up early and getting down to the beach in the summer, I mean, you just cannot beat it. There's something so special about being out on the beach really early in the morning when nobody else is around. And usually when my alarm goes off early in the morning, I don't want to get out. I find that in the winter anyway because it's so cold. But today it's going to be 21 degrees and the sun is already shining. It's already pretty hot given it's 6 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it's going to be a nice hot day here in Scotland. And I think when you know the sun's shining, you know it's going to be hot, you know it's going to be a beautiful day. It's so easy, much easier anyway, to get up early. And I literally jumped out of bed this morning and came down here. I'm so glad I did. Although the photography opportunities maybe weren't as exciting as I'd hoped for initially, and I missed the best of the light, which I was kind of expecting, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's all an experience, and the experience overrides everything. And in the end, I think there's maybe 1-2 images that are okay, that I'm quite happy with. So yeah, it's definitely been worth coming out just to experience this. It's what it's all about. If you've got the motivation to get up early and get out in the summer, do it. There's something special about being at the beach on your own before all the day trippers come to sunbathe and swim later on. It's just beautiful. As always, I want to say a huge thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time.
Find your creative voice this September. Join Kim Grant, Jen Price and Rebecca Gibson for a wellness retreat with a difference. Get away from the hustle and bustle of day-to-day life and spend 5 nights in the beautiful northeast of Scotland. Take part in activities including photography, creative writing, mindfulness, journaling, yoga, breathwork and earthing, all while spending time in nature, exploring the area's untouched scenery. It's time to give back to you. Book your place now for just £645. This includes wigwam accommodation, minibus transport and all the retreat activities. Early bird offer ends on the 3rd of July. For full details and to book your spot, head over to visualizingscotland.co.uk. We look forward to helping you find your creative voice.